Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, the question that I will be answering is, as a Christian following Christianity, should you celebrate Halloween? For those Christians that, might bring up Colossians chapter 2 verse 16, can God still judge you in food and drink or with regard to a festival or a new moon or a Sabbath? So, there's kind of a lot to talk about here, but let's just begin by recalling or remembering what that Colossians chapter 2 verse 16 says. It reads, "Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of an holy day or of the new moon or of the Sabbath days." So basically the question saying, well, can't we use Colossians chapter 2 verse 16 to say that, we can celebrate Halloween because no one should be judging us on, as he's putting it right, holy days or new moons and so on. But we have to be careful here in how we interpret Paul's words. Okay, Apostle Paul is talking about religious festivals that we can observe as part of our service to God. And he gave us examples of what he was specifically talking about. He mentioned the Sabbath or the new moon. Those were festivals that were initiated to honor God by making time to think about him and to reflect on his laws. However, by the coming of Jesus Christ, many of those physical celebrations were no longer necessary, as Jesus turned our attention to the spiritual meaning of the law: a heart pure of iniquity, a clear conscience, charity towards one's neighbor, and devotion to the essence of God's law, according to Matthew chapter 23 verse 23, chapter 22 from verse 37 to 40, and Luke chapter 10 from verse 30 to 37. Someone can celebrate the Sabbath as his expression of his pure heart condition, but not as a substitute. And in that case, another person who doesn't celebrate the Sabbath cannot judge or condemn the person who does celebrate the Sabbath, provided that they aren't using the Sabbath as a cover to harbor iniquity in their heart, according to Matthew chapter 15 from verse 18 to 20. Paul the Apostle was not, however, referring to Gentile traditions like Halloween. It's pretty obvious, based on the activities that people do on Halloween, that the essence of the celebration is not to honor God. It is similar to New Year's Day. A Christian should not be found joining the heathen in celebrations or customs. What then is the essence of becoming a new creature, as advised in 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 17? We were commanded by God himself, "Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain," according to Jeremiah chapter 10 from verse 2 to 3. In the eyes of God, customs like Halloween are empty, lacking spiritual value, and sometimes even having devilish connections like links to sorcery or witchcraft. A Christian must not be found in such situations. We were told, depart ye, go ye out from thence, touch no unclean thing. Go ye out of the midst of her. Be ye clean that bear the vessels of the Lord," according to Isaiah chapter 52 verse 11. As Christians, we must not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers, to quote Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verses 14 to 15. The essence of our Christianity is to separate ourselves from unbelievers, not to join them. Remember, many atheists and unbelievers celebrate Halloween, but they have no interest at all in marking Christian traditions. Why then should a Christian have any interest in what belongs to the Gentiles? Jesus said that there should be a great gulf fixed between those who know God and those who do not, in Luke chapter 16 verse 26. We must respect that gap and never join unbelievers in their own customs. As Jesus himself said, anything celebrated by the majority of people in a society like Halloween is in North America is most certainly an abomination in the sight of God, according to Luke chapter 16 verse 15. So that's where I'm going to stop on talking about whether Christians should celebrate Halloween. The answer is straightforward: no. Christians should not celebrate Halloween because it is not a Christian practice. It doesn't have any spiritual value, and any Christian who celebrates that is only doing so because they want to join Gentiles in what they're doing, and as a result, they're actually denying their own faith. And as Jesus said, anyone who denies their faith, Jesus is also going to deny them from, deny them in front of God Almighty, right? If you read Mark chapter 8, verse 38 and other passages. So if you enjoyed this video, then I would appreciate it if you like it, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and check out the other videos we have so that you can be further enriched with spiritual wisdom. Have a great day, and I would like to see you in the next video.